Hello everyone, and welcome to the first lesson of the topic Sustainability in the Agri-Food industry. In this lesson, we'll find out what DigiComp is and what it says about information and data literacy. As we will see in a moment, DigiComp outlines a series of skills and competencies. In this lesson, we'll talk about those useful to digital information management, especially in the agri-food sector. Let's start from DigiComp. DigiComp 2.2 has been published in 2022 and represents the most recent version of the reference framework developed by the European Union to provide a common classification of digital competencies. The document, designed as a tool in particular for educators, employers, and policymakers, divides the competencies into 5 areas: information and data literacy, communication and collaboration, digital content creation, safety, and problem solving. Among the 5 groups of skills included in the document, today we'll focus on the first one, information and data literacy. We'll focus on competencies required for a safe use of digital data. The aim of the framework isn't to focus on tools or devices. It rather describes skills and attitudes. That's why we can define it technology neutral. Some other features it's important to learn before we get a little deeper are its focus on creativity, critical thinking, and ethical behavior, just like the adaptation ability regarded as fundamental nowadays. Continuous learning is furthermore indicated as a central element in today's digitalized world. At this point, you're probably wondering, why am I learning about this in a course related to sustainable agriculture? The digital transition regards agriculture as well, and a correct use of digital skills is fundamental to a concrete and efficient promotion of sustainable agriculture. Integrating digital competencies into agriculture can indeed enhance productivity, efficiency, and innovation. A farmer who can properly manage digital information and data will likely be a successful promoter of environmental and social sustainability goals. According to the framework, some fundamental steps are required to efficiently manage digital information and data. For each step, related skills are outlined for different levels of preparation and literacy. By self-analyzing one's level of competence in these different areas, people can assess their own level of preparation and set new goals for skills development. We'll consider 5 fundamental steps: understanding, evaluating, finding, organizing, and managing. Let's see each of them in detail. First of all, required competencies regard the understanding of data, meaning a competent person is required to know what digital information is, how it works, how it can be created or stored. A real understanding of how digital information works is indeed essential for working effectively in the digital era, and constitutes the basis for further and more peculiar skills development. The same concept is valid for the evaluation of digital information, and with evaluation I mean the assessment of the source, the analysis of the context, and any other action which will help us understand whether a digital information or data is reliable and accurate or not. Nowadays, we are indeed flooded with information, and it is fundamental to be able to evaluate and filter them in order to identify the real ones and make informed decisions. I'll make an example. According to DigiComp, at basic level, you should be able to detect the credibility and reliability of common sources of data, information, and their digital content. At intermediate level, you'll perform the analysis, comparison, and evaluation of source of data, information, and digital content. At advanced level, you'll critically assess the credibility and reliability of sources of data, information, and digital content. While eventually, if you're proficient, you'll create solutions to solve complex problems with many interacting factors. A similar assessment can be made with reference to competencies related to data and information searching. This includes learning about complex search strategies, using different interfaces and platforms to access digital information, and be aware of limits and rules related to copyright and intellectual property. These are all elements which allow you to proceed with an aware, safe, and efficient finding of digital information. Some of the challenges we face in the digitalized world are linked to the management of digital data. Gaining experience in this field is essential for preventing loss of data, identity theft, and other common digital threats. Working in the digitalized world, indeed, means managing a large amount of information and exposing to constant risk. As assessed in the framework, required competencies can go from identifying how to organize, store, and retrieve data, information, and content in a simple way, to a more advanced creation of solutions to solve complex problems related to digital data management. In conclusion, let's remember that digital competencies are fundamental to acquire if we want to bring sustainable practices and criteria into the agri-food sector, since an aware and efficient management of digital data is key to communicate, promote, produce, and build a solid structure around sustainability. The DigiComp framework can be a useful tool in this transition, and it can be used totally autonomously, permitting us to self-assess our level of preparation and helping us to set goals to reach. The best thing you can do now that you know what DigiComp is to use it. Download the framework, practice, and enjoy the process. I hope this lesson helped you understand the fundamental of digital data and information literacy and inspired you to learn more about it. Thank you for your attention and enjoy your day.